Good afternoon, I think, Jason. At least it is here. I feel very honored that you reached out to me. Clint Hurdle here, former manager of your Buccos and former manager of the Rockies. I understand you're a big, big Pirates fan, and I think that's really cool. Spending 9 years as the manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates, I'm well aware how passionate our fan base was and Buck Nation is for their Pirates. And I am really honored that you mentioned your dad being a big fan of mine. That's very meaningful. That touches on my heart. The fact that he's passed even makes it probably harder for you and very more special for me. There is a group of men my age and older that obviously I'm attending much more funerals than I am weddings now, but a lot of my buddies have passed in the last couple of years. And as we talk, as I talk to their sons or, I talk to sons about their fathers, I always just encourage them to, don't be sad about the passing as hard as that is, but be glad for the time you had together and be glad for the things that you shared together. And obviously the love for the Pirates was one of those things your dad shared with you. And the fact you're both fans of mine makes it really kind of crazy. Pittsburgh was a good city for me to spend time in and my family. You embraced us. You loved on us. A handshake was real. Your word was real. I used to tell our team all the time, play with guts and nuts. You can't put a radar gun on your guts. You can't put a radar gun on your nuts. There's certain things you can't measure. And the Steel City's a place that there's a lot of intangibles. You roll up your sleeves, you got calluses on your hand, your word's good. A dollar means something. A handshake means even more. So, Jason, my favorite player, I don't have one. Back in Colorado, my favorite player was Todd Helton. It was probably his mentality that I fell in love with, as he also had an infectious smile. But this guy would rather give up a small body part than an at-bat. And he was a relentless worker off the field, in pregame, in practice, after hours, away from the fans and the crowds. And once game time came, he worked so hard and made his practice so challenging that the game time was playtime. The hard work was done early. But what a player. Best talented player, Larry Walker. He's in the Hall of Fame. And in Texas, I coach another Hall of Famer, Vladimir Guerrero. Just a fantastic, talented player. I didn't even get to work much with Vlad. He didn't need much help. I was the hitting coach then in 2010. Larry didn't need much help. Todd wanted help. I worked endlessly with Todd. However, in Pittsburgh, man, no doubt about it, McCutcheon. I think at one time I even said, I think so much of Andrew that I'd hit him third in the lineup and then let him date my daughter. And I meant that. He was just a good person. His mom and dad are good people. His sister, a good young lady. Got to know the family, fell in love with all of them. But loved Andrew, absolutely loved Andrew, what he stood for, his work ethic as well, his commitment to the city of Pittsburgh. He still lives in Pittsburgh. Very unique, very cool. But Helton, McCutcheon, very talented player I worked with in Texas as well was Josh Hamilton, won an MVP year, had some other issues. But Michael Young was one of my favorites. He was cut from the same cloth as Helton, hard worker, strong mental game. I don't know about Bob selling the Pirates. I know he just sold Seven Springs. We had plenty of conversations in my 9 years there, and never, ever even seemed to lean to the fact that he'd sell the Pirates. That doesn't mean he won't. I don't know, though. I don't have any answer for you there. I'm like everybody, though. I hope they get good sooner than later, and I hope they can compete sooner than later. And I fell short of reaching one of the goals we had was to bring a world championship to Pittsburgh. We didn't do that. We had a 3-year run that I thought was about as much fun as I've had in baseball. And I don't think there's ever a better game than the play-in game in 2013 when the fans showed up and showed off and the ballpark showed up and showed off. And our fan base na-na-na'd Cueto to drop the ball and Martin hit the next one in the bleachers. Incredible. I get goosebumps just talking about it. Jason, I hope this was good for you. It was good for me to revisit some of those players and some of those times and know that I'll always have a Pirate fan base in a very special place for my heart. I thank you. I was honored to represent the Pirates. I gave it everything I had, brother. Everything I had. And I hope you stay with them. I hope you root for them. And I appreciate you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And I wish you a very healthy and happy holiday season, buddy. Bye-bye.